think we're live. Yay. So you got, hopefully you got a little glimpse, maybe not, of what we're doing today. Welcome, Akasha here. We're going to have our weekly oracle. And so we're going to use this deck. And this is just so much fun right now to me because we're in Sagittarius, which is my sign, but it's a positive and fun and free kind of sign. And we like expansiveness, and we can see many perspectives at once. And there's a lot of other aspects to your star nature that are coming up. So we're going from dragging along in our lives, in our soul progression, looking at the darkness and feeling the limitation and feeling stuck in everything around us. And now we're starting to go, wait a minute, I have a higher self. Wait a minute, I'm intuitive. Wait a minute, maybe when I was talking to fairies as a child, it wasn't just imaginary. Wait a minute, maybe that being that used to come visit me when I was a kid and we would play was from another star. Oh, maybe that feeling that I'm never at home, that I don't fit in, that I don't belong, or that I'm from a water world or something isn't just some weird little fantasy or a dream. Maybe it is a part of me that's speaking to me. So we all have a star nature. We all have a star origin. We are not star beings. We are not earth beings. We are in this body is an earth body. Okay. It is made out of earth stuff mixed with your soul's stuff, which is what you took in from the infinite field to create this container, and you pulled in all these other lives in the soul that have the same wounds, and you threw it all into this moment because we're here for a massive evolution, and we have to start to stop being victims. We have to stop being victims of the past, of circumstance, of our bodies, of our money, of our social status. Stop being victims of the traffic jam, the I don't have any time to myself, to who's hurt you, who's abused you, who hasn't apologized to you, or blaming yourself on any level. All of these stories are like a movie that you've outgrown. You've watched it many times. It was exciting. It was interesting. It was dramatic. It was scary. And it was painful. And it was full of grief. And it just fed your emotions. And we've gone through that. And now you're graduating. So the fun thing about today is that we're going to really talk about connecting to our star seed origins. And this is a deck by Rebecca Campbell with the artwork by Danielle Noel. And it's called the Starseed Oracle. I love when I choose a deck, remember these are this or this or these symbols or these statues of Kuan Yin or dolphins, any of them. They're just representations of essence, of energy that I like, that I vibrate with, that open doors for me, that heal me, that uplift me. And I have them around, but they're all conscious and they're all speaking. So as an intuitive being, it's your responsibility to get more ways you can clearly hear the communication that's coming to you all the time. Okay? And so doing work with decks is a fun way to play. Find a deck that you like the feel of, that you like the look of, that you like the artwork, okay? And so this one has sacred geometry, dimensions, interdimensions, all kinds of symbolism going on just here, and beauty. It's kind of a cosmic, and looking through and the four corners that we're inside of it. There's just so much energy and symbolism here. And I'm like a freak for symbolism, because in intuitive work, you're constantly receiving information and allowing it to tell you what it means. And that is increasing your connection to your intuitive skills, your different senses, your 360, probably more at some point we'll have more senses that you haven't used or you haven't been using much. And so it's like practicing or going to the intuitive gym or the psychic gym or the spiritual gym. So I'm just getting some of these cards to share with you the feeling. So I want you to start to tune into this. The concept is that your soul formed from the infinite field. The infinite field is just everything, everywhere. There's no definition of me, them, anything. It's just everything, okay? And we might call it bliss, but there's no independent identification with bliss. And the reason we want to let go of the stories of drama in our lives and stop using them as excuses to face our fears, to leave relationships, to think about ourselves differently, to change our day, to make sure that your spiritual practice is a part of your day. No questions asked. It's no longer a negotiation. And then open up more tools where you can receive the guidance that's always there. So this is a deck that, as your star origins, so your soul formed itself, big blob of, let's just say, a big sphere of light, okay? And it's pulled all this energy and it's taken from the infinite field, and it's still connected to the infinite field, so it can go back to the store and get more materials anytime it wants. It has no limitation. It believes in its infinite self, and it is a creator now. So now it is a separate being as well as a part of the all. And then it comes into saying, okay, now what can we do? What can we play with? And we've created the universes and the planets and the cosmos and the time and the people, the animals, the water, and the beings on all these different planets. And through what we would call time and space, we have created a paradigm that we're inside of now. And we're the conscious point, you're the point of the pyramid of all that has transpired up to this moment in the entire multiverse. That means everything that's expanding, everything that's changed, we're all connected through the Akasha, or the Akashic field. That's the sky, but it represents everything that was, and it also represents everything is and everything that could be, the potential selves, the potential realities that you could create. So you need to reunite with yourself. This year, 2022, has been about reuniting with self. So as we close the year, what a beautiful idea. Look at this portal. Gorgeous. You can just tune into the deck, into these concepts, into this energy that we're talking about now. Star brothers, very Egyptian. This is Horus. This is the third eye. This is the supreme one being. This is your authority. Right now we're going through the royal gate of Antares, which is connecting to the heart, and it is being ignited by, you got the love, by the sun. That's our energy this week. So to appreciate and open our hearts to this sun energy, to see the part of us that is royal, that is a perfect time to connect to some of the star seeds that you have. So cracked open, boys, isn't that what's happening to everybody right now, right? And what happens as we go into lost lands? This is like soul retrieval. This is like discovering who you are, who you were. A lot of people were in Atlantis. A lot of people were then either in Egypt, England, Mayan, some of the very ancient original cultures throughout that. There's shamans, there's wizards, there's alchemists, there's healers, there's priests, there's all these different forms through time and space. And a lot of times they were seeded from the stars. So Thoth came and then came from Atlantis and seeded Egypt and developed the consciousness, the leaps in consciousness, the understanding of who we are, and left us portals and understandings of the pyramids as ways to access these other parts of us. So I love these cards because they're including a lot of sacred places. You see, here's a stone circle, probably somewhere in the British Isles. This is almost a Catholic looking archway from a church. And here's what looks like ancient Roman ruins. It has a very Atlantean feel to me, lost lands. And so this is a part of connecting to your star seeds, is to remember that we are seeded on this planet by many different stars and systems, the Anunnaki, the different pantheons of gods that came through time and space. In different times, these are things that we either learned because there was a particular entities of gods or goddesses that were teaching on the earth at the time, or maybe you were in Atlantis, but you were conscious of your origins in Sirius. And I love that. Well, water your garden. You know, what does that mean? Your inner you. I mean, look at this. So this is very multidimensional work that we're talking. This is called deep cellular healing. And I love the multidimensionality of this. This is very much how I see things, how I perceive things. Her artwork is quite exquisite. And I like how there's fractals and there's multidimensional parts, and there's openings, and this is how we remember. The mystery schools were teaching us how to go out of the depth of the fear and the body and the identity with being not enough and expand into the stars. Here, look at this, the 7 star sisters. That's the Pleiades. I have a strong connection, starseed, into the Pleiades. All right. So when we do your star seed session, which I'm offering now on Cyber Monday special, so you have 2 more days for that. And I highly recommend you get one. You don't have to have it before the holidays, but I will do my best to get to you. And we will do a card from this deck for your reading as well. This is a card I got from this deck that is now defining, in a reading for me, defining what I'm doing. And it's an Egyptian temple, the carvings, and there's, Thoth and people that are very important to me, and a portal, and me walking out into my multidimensional self, into my cosmic self, into my earth self, reuniting all my powers. So why not take the energies of this year and you reunite with our powers of our star seeds? You're going to have an original one. You're going to have other stars you were on. Your soul has sent out many lives. There aren't just lives in the Stone Age days and in the Renaissance and in the medieval times and in the 1940s, and all these different things, or future selves or so on. Yes, those all exist within your soul. Also, though, you have some of those selves are on other planets. They're in other culture systems. They were in other times where they understood things. There's people who have conscious memories now of when they were in Atlantis, or who they were, or what they did, or what they want to do now, and they don't know why, but they listen and they make their lifestyle. Being rich is being able to listen to myself, live my spiritual path, be creative, and survive and get by. Not survive, thrive. But you don't have to have the mega wealth, or you don't have to wait until all that stuff is there to start realizing you have access to this now. And this is where your richness is. Okay, good. Woo! So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the little altar we have here created for you today. Here's our starseed deck. This is from Beyond Lemuria deck, and it came for me again yesterday as what we were working on this week. And this week is about the heart. This Stargate of Antares is the heart. And it's a portal into the heart. And this says the higher heart, which is really beautiful. It says here ecstatic bliss. That's a lovely idea. And we have 2 pyramids. This is amethyst. This is our royal stone. I didn't think about it. These called to me, but this is our royal amplifier, because we're the royal part of you, the part of you that's your authority, the crown chakra and above, it relates to the amethyst. We also have the capstone of gold, copper, and quartz. And this is a little Egyptian pyramid that came from Egypt with me the first time I went, full of symbolism, full of power. All these things mean something. This is my incredible wand, obsidian star tetrahedron, which is a sacred geometrical shape. It is your Merkaba. It can open your third eye. It can help you travel. It's a very powerful shape. And then we have our labradorite, our Merlin stone, our sorcerer's stone, our visionary stone between the worlds. In the Spiritual Weather Report, I did some readings of the Stargate, and one person's Stargate was made out of this stone. And as the sun went by, which is what's happening this weekend, it lit up even more than you see already of the glowing, multi-dimensional, visionary thing. It made it even more like the sun lit it up. Okay? Okay, good. So first we're going to start by pulling a card for all of us as guidance this week as we move through this week. We're still in the planting of the new moon, the beautiful, expansive new moon. We're in a very expanded, sensitive time with our intuition. We're acknowledging that we're walking this week in very blessed, fortunate energies, and that even if it feels hard, there's a silver lining on everything. We're walking consciously in this sacred space, acknowledging that I am, Ea Escher Ea, and I am here, ready and willing and open and receptive to be a clear and open channel to my highest good, to open my heart and allow a new level of connection. I give my heart permission to connect to the royal gate of the star Antares. And I give myself permission to gently float through this week with the sun highlighting whatever part of this sun and star gate is ready to light up for me. I'm ready to open my heart to my senses and my new levels of psychic and intuitive powers. I know that in this time they are heightened, and I call on Jupiter and the sun to guide my way, to light me, to protect me, to know that in this dark time it is safe to walk through my intuitive self. It is safe to connect to the heart of my subconscious, my secret powers, and I'm ready to connect to my star seed powers, those of my origin, those of any time, place, or level where the wisdom and the wounds are ready to transmute and transform as we reunite. We both gain powers and freedom. We both heal past pain programs, parents, and we enter possibility. So now just open your heart and feel yourself opening. Feel your calling, your heart. Say, I am ready to drop deeper into my heart. And now join hearts with us here inside this sacred healing chamber. We are wrapped in the all-seeing eye. We are encompassed in the spherical consciousness of the 360-degree flower of life. This sphere of light around us spins into infinity. And you feel yourself lifting out of the drama, the worries, and the pains. And we ask now, this is your focus, Earth pulsing. This is our first card from the Star Seed Oracle. How interesting that it's Earth. And here we are. We all know that one of our star seeds is Earth. When you get a star seed session, we see more of your star seed makeup. We go to your planet or planets. We might see your original one. We might tap into other ones where you were working and with many planets, or working on the Earth, or you were seeding something, or you discover, you were a gardener in Atlantis. I had a client who had that, and he's a gardener now. Does landscaping and gardening, and he learned things by reconnecting with that being who was in direct connection with a star in Orion. So we're starting with Earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother. Slow down. Time in nature. So go ahead and take a look into this card here and look into this beautiful image and picture. We always tune into it, and now since we're working with the heart, tune into this with your heart. And you can see that this is a beautiful idyllic scene, and we have above and below. And from this perspective, it looks like a pyramid coming down and pyramids going up. So we have multidimensional intersections of pyramids, the mountains themselves, the shape between the green and the blue. Now we have water flowing. So if you look at this way, it looks like a pyramid where light is coming out of the top. And you can see the pyramid shape this way, while here we have pyramid shapes going the other way and up this way and up here and even there. I don't know what you can see. So looking at it this way is as valid and powerful. Let me do this. As the other way. So tune into this image and think, I'm pulsing with the earth. I am in an earth body. And the first step in this week of reclaiming a part of my nature, my truth, my inner authority with this royal gate and the sun shining on me is to connect to the pulse of the mother. To remember that I am blessed to be here, to be in a body, that I am a descended God that has come down here into this moment, and I am here to create. That it's no longer time to play, time to be a victim. It's no longer to play small. So there's a woman laying here, and she's definitely slowing down. Okay, you can see her. There's her feet. She's kind of blue. And then she blurs into these flowers, which turn into the water. Okay. So slowing down time in nature. This is wonderful advice. Now, outside of what it says here, the point of this in ours is the star seed of Earth is pulsing. It means it's sending a message. And you need to tune in, and we need to receive this message first and bring ourselves into sync with the heart of Mother Earth. All right, beautiful. Well, there's our first card. Now I'm going to pull cards for you. So put your name in if you want me to pull a card for you in a minute. All right, now we're all going to focus, and I'm going to ask about excuse me, had to get a sip there. Okay, now we're going to ask what is the best possible advice for connecting to a starseed power or a star origin power that is optimal for my highest self at this time. As I move through this week, what is a way to connect with this Stargate, connect with a star part of me, or a deeper message in my heart through the powers of Antares? Okay, so this question is forming now, and it's changing into what is the best possible advice for us to connect to the star of Antares, which is the one that we're having the Sun Gate with this week. So the star of Antares is the heart of the Scorpio constellation. And so as you tune into that, okay, and it is a royal star, and it is forming a gateway with the sun on December 2nd through the 4th. And so you're going to ask now, collectively, what is the best possible advice on how to connect with my Antares Stargate energy during this passageway. We had another one in May. Okay, everybody focused on that. Here's our answer. This is lovely. We saw this earlier. So connecting with our Stargate is going to be a deep cellular healing. And what's wonderful, this is such a gorgeous card. You can see that she has around her layers and layers, like a glowing halo, multiple dimensions of her body. These are your body. This is parts of your light body. You have multiple dimensions of you, mental, emotional, spiritual, your other lives, so on. And behind her are these gorgeous archways going into cosmic realms, and they're going back. That's an opening. All right. So here is the Royal Stargate, and it's opening, it's leading us. And so as you connect to it, as you stand in the center and you embody yourself and say, I'm ready to bring that royal self back into connection to me, into my 3D self now, I'm going to have a deep cellular healing. Why? Because I can't carry the beliefs about my lack and all the drama and the stories of pain, abuse, and all that, and blame, if I'm going to connect with my royal self and my royal heart. If you have a heart of a royal, you have what? You have a courageous heart. You have a willing heart. You have a heart that's willing to live your life, to own your life, to own the powers that are required to live your life as a true creator, to create your own reality. This is a cellular healer healing into being something. So we have wings around her here. They're showing up in very different ways, different wings. This is opening into clouds. This is opening into, got to take a look at it this way. I can't tell right now. It looks like clouds. It also looks like water that's coming through this portal. All right, so we know that this is liquid light. This might be cleansing light. This might be your emotional field. But this deep cellular healing now is the best way to connect to, specifically to Antares. That is our answer for that guidance. It says Arcturian energy. So this is now going to connect you to Arcturus, and that's for all of us. So that's a very interesting thing. We could have all been on Arcturus together. And this is also physical and emotional healing. All right. So you're going to have a deep cellular healing. This is so great. So some energies in Arcturus are communicating to us through Antares, through this heart. So they specifically want to speak to the heart of your subconscious, the heart of your deep emotions, because this is the heart of the Scorpio, okay? And so Arcturian energy is extremely powerful right now. Everybody who's listening to this, you have a link to Arcturus, all right? That's definitely going to be in some way, okay? I guess I can't say that, but I would guess that you do, or you do right now. Okay, they're telling me right now you do. So everybody is receiving energy from Arcturus. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy, this Arcturian energy. Okay, and you want to affirm that you're having physical and emotional healing. So if you've had challenges now recently this week, you're going to have physical and emotional healing. Okay, good. So now we're going to do one more group reading, and this card is going to tune in. So everybody tune in now to what is the star seed energy that will most inspire us to lift our inner gaze up from our pain and from creating the same, or deep within to the infinite possibilities in our star wisdom, star origin, or star future. All right, so here's our card. Our card is I remember. I remember. So see if I can give you a close-up. So just tune into this and the idea of I remember. So we asked what the starseed energy that would most help us to connect through this time, and it is remembering, giving yourself the command, I remember. What do you think you have to remember? Almost immediately, the first thing that came up for everybody was, I remember the pain. I remember the lack. No, I remember my truth. I remember my starseed self. I remember my origins. I remember I'm a part of a soul. I remember that I'm earth pulsing. I'm part of this one heart, this one heartbeat, this one mind. So I'm going to remember my powers in other lives of the earth and Arcturus. I'm going to let this remember that when this deep cellular, emotional, and physical healing happens, that I can tune back into my true self. So this is like the self encased in something, the head starting to awaken, the crown becoming a star right here. And I have to take a look at it this way. You guys can look at it the other way. I see. She's sitting, she's kneeling, and she's holding something with wings. I don't know. And she's looking into water that then looks like looking into the infinite cosmos of stars. She's made of stars. The nest she's sitting in is stars. It looks like there's cosmic wings that are around her. There's some kind of a butterfly or dragonfly, some flowers. This looks like dragon energy to me. And it says soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Oh, this is taking my breath away. So this is very, very cool, because this is about, I remember that I have a destiny, and a destiny means that I'm supported, that I'm on a fully funded mission, that I have everything I need around me, within me, and I just have to keep clearing and cleansing myself so that I get back on my soul plan, that I hear the guides, that I know that I'm not fated, doomed, stuck, enslaved, a hostage, or in any other way limited. I am this star being in this nest of pure infinite self. This is the creator being right here. And I have this star, complete star self channeling in from all these realms. I remember how to create. I remembered my star self. I'm getting back on my soul plan. So this is just phenomenal. Remember you're part of the earth, okay? This is a healing and a remembering. And when you remember, you're going to sit like this in a divine nest of your creation. And you're going to create in the infinite by drawing in. You see how this is almost like coming in, and her crown chakra is lighting up. That's her pineal. And this information now she's separate. She has this defined space of a body, of an identity, but she's full of stars. So she's still in her star nature, and she's connecting to stars and planets and wisdom and energies and lives that were all around her. And they're coming in now. And then she's channeling it and putting it into here, like she's creating a pottery or something, right? She's creating something. I remember my soul plan. Woo! This is just way too much fun. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Damaris, hi, honey, and hi. Let's see here. Okay, please go away if you're not here for the real reason to be here. We're not interested in your advertising. So, hi, Cheryl. Hi, Donna. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Lori. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Genevieve. Hi, Josie. Hi, Donna. Hi, Sherry. Hi, LL. And Sandra. And Damaris. All right. L. Cool. All right. So, I'm still not live. Well, hopefully I am. Looks like I am. Okay, now, so we have this as our framework here. But before I do a reading for Damaris, I'm going to take a picture of these, but I need to put these back in the deck because they could be one of yours. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to clear and cleanse this space and ask for a clear connection to Damaris, heart to heart. And we ask Damaris and her higher self and all the parts of her light body and soul blueprint, including her star seed nature, open and allow a clear and open channel to what's optimal for the message for her at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Damaris, you just want to take a deep breath in and you want to relax. And you got to relax your neck. You have to relax the tension in your masculine side that's always on alert and isn't allowing the flow of information to go from the heart up through here. So you have a big tight knot right here. So they're showing me some different images of your starseed nature, Damaris, and it's like we're seeing in hallways, and like we're moving really fast, zooming through these hallways, and then there's different levels to the hallways, and some archways are lit up and some aren't, and then we're going through time and space, and now there's a wormhole. And so we're going to settle now. They're taking us somewhere. So we're going to just let this communication come through the cards. The readings that I'm going to do are full 1 hour starseed readings where we go to your planet and I look at your nature and you know, there's a lot more information, and we'll pull one card to see what it has to say for you. But this is just for letting the communication come through this card. So this is a very interesting way of connecting. Now we're going through a tunnel that's all planets, but they're all the same and they're different sizes and they're lined up. So like the tunnel is made out of a repeating pattern of, you know, 2 or 3 rows of big planets and then a little smaller and then a little smaller, and they're all red and orange and red and orange and red and orange. And now we're zoning in and we're coming into something right here. It's almost like a landing strip. And here we are. Okay, so Damaris, the message that you're connecting to is your life is a canvas. Okay, and the keywords are artist, manifestation, creative, accountability. So you're being asked to remember that you're here as a creative and an artist. Now, I want all of you to remember, if you're a healer, it doesn't mean that you hang out a shingle and you wave crystals over someone. That's one form of healing. You might be a healer through your parenting. You might be a healer through your charity work. You might be a healer. So it's becoming whole and then allowing those around you to become whole and releasing those that aren't a part of your wholeness. So you keep becoming more expanded wholeness and inspiring that in others to see their wholeness and so on. Okay. So being an artist means accepting that you're the creator of your life, that you are creative, that you're taking in the star seed right now. This heart is connected to your sacral channels energy, and the sexual energy needs to overflow into they're showing me a waterfall, and it comes crashing over, and the first layer, it's like purple and it goes over the edge, and then the next layer is like this orange muddy brown kind of color, and it's like falling, and then like it crashes into the water below, and it's a excuse me, it's a lighter kind of orange color, like sherbet. Okay. Oh, this one, it does have some sherbet energy. So I'm going to show you the card while I have a moment to cough and drink, and you can tune into the picture. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper into looking at it. I'll give you a closer look because you want to look at what's triggering you, what's reacting, what are you feeling? Do you feel sighs? Do you feel safe? Do you whatever? But now take a look because this represents you always. If there's a person in it, it's representing you. And this looks like a multifaceted diamond kind of in this star, in the sky here. The landscape that she's on forms different shapes in the darkness. Here's kind of a pyramid. This is a bowl or a chalice or a receptacle or a vessel, this part right here. All right. So let me look at it here for a moment. And so tune into the idea that a starseed part of you is communicating to you right now that you, oh, like what is that hot? My candle was right underneath the plugs into my computer. Okay, thank you. We love the light, but not that close. Thank you so much. Ta-da. All right. Woo, if you're getting close to the light, move away from it. Don't get burned. Okay, so yeah, the whole sky, she's on a peak. So it's showing that you're reaching a peak and your life is a canvas and you can turn around and you can see down. You have a perspective now and you can start to see that your life was like a painting. It was something that you created as you experienced it. You put your life into the Akasha. We all do. And as you now are at this peak, right? Maybe you came from that peak. You know, we go peaks, it's a cycle, peak over here, different perspectives. The whole sky is this multifaceted diamond type of energy. So this is your nature, your diamond nature. It's definitely showing like crystal clarity, multifaceted, multi-connection to multiple dimensions of communication, and they're all in the sky. Okay, so representative of you being an earth being, you're now where? She's directly in the center between above and below, sky and earth, other planets and earth, your higher nature, your spiritual nature, and your earth nature, and so on. Okay? So this is about remembering that you create just by being you, and that you're already doing it every day and every minute. So if you reflect on that, you remember, and you look at the canvas. So if you look closely, there's an image underneath. I haven't quite made it out yet. Right here. And so that interesting parts about the artwork in cards that you work with is, I like these ones that have layers of meaning, that every time I use it, I could see something different or it meant something different. So this is my first time with this particular card. And I don't need, to me, it looks like roses, and then it looks like an iguana or a snake or something coming up through, almost like this is a volcano shape in a way. Right? So the energies have come up, but it's not hot and burning. It's very soothing pastel colors, okay? So this is where you are. This is where you stand. If you stand here between the worlds, you're going to be able to create from above and below. You're going to start to see the multifacets. You're going to see where you came from as a canvas you painted. And like with everything, do this. Change your perspective. I teach my intuition students this, especially the ones that are learning to do sessions. And I mean, take a look at that. You see things very differently. There's even a replica of her or you above and below. What does that look like? All right, so just want to remind everybody, this is the Starseed Oracle. These are the authors. If you like this deck and you dig it, that's what you'd go get. I got it on Amazon. And so remember that this message to you is about manifestation and creative accountability, which is a big deal. It's saying, okay, time to step up, time to realize you created this, you created that, you can create anything. Let's go, let's move forward. You're an artist. You're the divine creator and painter and designer and actor in your life. But very multidimensional. Oh my goodness, this was so beautiful. Okay, so tell me how that felt for you, if you can, in the comments. And now let me see here. You're so welcome. Profound. Oh, good. I'm so happy. Okay. Now, let's see. Cheryl. Okay, Cheryl. So, Cheryl, all I want you to do is take a deep breath in. And I want you to draw that breath all the way into the deepest part of your heart. And hold it there. And just like you're putting a light, you're forcing a light down to this deep part of your heart, allow obsidian and all other energies of love and clarity that are optimal for you at this time. And then let the breath out, shove it out, make it go out. I know you can't hear me when I do that. Maybe you can on this one. And now that light is down in there. Okay, good. So your star seed nature is very connected to this star tetrahedron, which is two pyramids merged together representing above and below, yin and yang, masculine and feminine. It's one of the sacred structures of your light body. You stand inside of here, basically. Your head's there, your feet are here. If you can imagine that, it spins around you in different things, but it's a very powerful sacred geometrical shape that opens a lot of doorways, wisdom, and understanding. So that's a very important shape for you. And of course, I always love obsidian. Okay. So we're tuning in now and asking for the higher heart and heart message from the Starseed Wisdom and this deck. Okay. Yes, we're clear. Okay, Cheryl. So I want you to start to see some cords of light coming from your heart and you letting them illuminate and light up and come out of you and begin to move up and out, asking your higher self to connect your heart to the starseed message, the starseed wisdom, and the starseed power within you that's optimal for you to hear from at this time. Okay. Almost makes me think of jumper cables. All right. Here is your message, Cheryl. Whale and orca elders. Oh, how yummy is this? Share your song. Okay, remember your song is your truth. It's your vibration. It's your joy. It's your creation. It's your voice. It's your expression. It's your wisdom. Frequency of sound and diving deep. So you need to dive deep wherever you're going. Sound frequencies, chanting, and all those different frequencies are wonderful. In fact, I would listen to specifically whale and orca sounds. I'm sure you can find them. And share. So I'll share this with you. It's some whales, some dolphins, and everything looks, again, like stars, but it looks like underwater. And there's an archway, a pyramid. It's like the Great Pyramid, but with a big arch that goes through to the stars. That also looks like it's underwater. So this is beautiful to remember that we live on a blue planet and that we are being earth dwellers are not the only kingdom here. You know, we're not the only star seeds. These are some star seeds too. Okay, so I'm going to put this down and see what they have to say for you. Cheryl, all right. All right, for starters, Cheryl, you want to recognize that this whale, this big one here, this whole idea of a whale, these are the most enlightened beings on the planet. And they have a conscious connection to their star nature all the time. And they have this massive size, and yet they're they just float. It's very effortless the way they live in their environment. And they're aware that the nature of their star nature is also in this ocean, and that this is a star, and this star, Earth, is speaking to other stars, and that it is in an ocean of vibration and memory that brings it more than just a place to float in or little things to eat. This is a multidimensional space that it's floating through, and it moves and it speaks, it goes through portals. And this is a power energy of recognizing, remember, this is about elders. So you as an elder, your elders that are wanting to speak to you, these happen to be the star seeds that are here now in this form. But what they're doing is reminding you, go to the pyramid, go to your inner pyramid, connect to pyramid power, pyramid energy in some way, and see that there is a portal waiting to you there to your star nature. Flow and float, sing and vibrate. And the elders, okay, your frequency is a soul frequency. And that frequency then begins to connect you with other levels, lives, stars. So go deep, find the portal, and remember that they are, if you can't figure out how to connect, just connect to the whales. But look at this image and see and feel yourself. If they're really showing you, just feel like that, like you know how these whales, they're just floating. They're completely supported in this environment, but this environment is not just water in an ocean. It is a multidimensional space, all right? And being an elder means that you are connecting to that wise part of you. Right, thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I love these. These are so wonderful. Okay, next. Susan. Okay, we're gonna do Susan, and then we're gonna do Sherry, and then we're gonna do Genevieve, and then I'm gonna do Donna, and then I'm gonna do Lori, and I'll see what if I get to more from there. And so let's see what comes up. Now, if I don't get to a card just for you, we had the cards that were for everyone, but also one of these cards might be the perfect answer for you too. That's kind of the way it works. When you see other people get readings, it's usually like, oh, wow, that was a message for me too. Okay, this is actually for Genevieve. All right, so now that I scanned through, they're saying Genevieve, hello, my love. Genevieve is one of my amazing Intuition Awakening students. She's becoming a certified intuitive reader, multidimensional body scanner, and Akashic Records guide, and she is such a magical being. You're going to be blessed to be able to work with her. And she's amazing because she's going through her stuff, and she's... Wow, when you go through your stuff, you get to go to these new levels, right? Don't you? Okay. So we asked to connect Genevieve to her new starseed path. They're showing your destiny path has shifted dramatically, and you know why. And you're planting seeds. Remember that you're planting seeds right now, and it needs to be from your future starseed self and your destiny. So think of your destiny as unfolding for you right now. Into the stars, into the infinite, into connecting to so many different levels of your star nature. And what you can do is have this star scene open in your heart. Okay, so your heart was hurt, your heart felt wounded, your heart felt stuck, your heart felt connected, abused, taken, afraid, and you have freed yourself from so much of that. There's a healing still happening in the heart center. And so now you're being asked to sit in, do your activations, and sit in your space. They're showing me of you sitting in a little cross-legged pose, but you don't actually have to if you don't want to physically. But tuning into your heart and seeing it as an opening, and the stars behind it, just the infinite stars, okay? And that is the stars are opening, like the sky opened inside of me. When I was with Paramahansa and I was on my journey, I kept looking out from me. I kept saying, where is the sky going to open? Where are the star portals going to open? And then it opened within me. And so for you, they want you to actually take consciously, I like helping conscious co-creators with the Akasha, okay, to tune you into just an infinite field. And this is your card. So they made me actually look for the card. I've never, well, I'm not sure if that never, but that's unusual. So this card is called the Breath of the Cosmos. And it says, my will to thy will, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. So the breath of the cosmos is entering you, and you know it, and you have to expand bigger than you could be with relationships, with identities, with patterns, with habits, with who you thought you had to be, with who you thought you were because of things that had happened to you. And now the breath of the cosmos can enter you more and more. That's an expansion, but it isn't effortful. It enters, and you expand and invite it more, and it enters. And it says, my will to thy will. This is a heart-to-heart weave, honey, and you know what I mean, to the cosmos. And it says, micromanaging the universe. So what does that mean? Wow, well, let's take a look at this. Here you are, this exquisite being, and you are in the universe. You're speaking into creation. You're speaking a new spiral universe. So micromanaging could be stop micromanaging and limiting and let the cosmos breathe you. And you know what that means because, you know, you're in the intuition class, right? And you're starting to witness, you're starting to see past the limits that you thought were there. You stopped trying to figure it out by what you were taught, and you started to see what was there, and even past what was there, and even past what was there. So now you're seeing, by coming in and accepting that you're part of this universe and witnessing it starting to come, and you're speaking into being. All right, so look into your heart and see these stars, or see this coming, okay? This is within your heart. And you're connecting your will, your power as a creator to the universe, to the breath of the cosmos. Good heavens, that's gorgeous. Yeah, that's all. They said that's all you need to know. Okay, Susan. We connect to Susan. Susan's full of love, so we're going to hold the rose quartz. And we ask for the guidance for Susan at this time from her starseed self that is optimal. Wow, this is cool. So Susan, you got a new earth. And this is so beautiful because here you are walking on the earth. You're entering this infinite field of bliss, or the deep waters of your creative sacral, or whatever different meanings, to this infinite self, past your limits and boundaries, and you're creating the new earth. We know we all are. So this message is saying, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. And then again, I want you to just look at this way. They're showing half in this world and half in the cosmos. And this is a balance between above and below, either way you look at it. And this is the creation. So again, your connection to Earth is a very important one, as recognizing the starseed of self. Now, of course, we're all part of Earth. We want to honor our mother and be that way, but this is also another level of that where you, like the group one that said we need to connect to the pulse of the Earth. All right, Sherry. Yes. Sherry, lots of love, Sherry, lots of hearts, Sherry, lots of love in front of your heart. You let it in sometimes you don't. Sometimes your heart opens into a beautiful infinite field that's like a dark night sky with beautiful fluffy clouds. And sometimes you just let it float around in front of you and you don't really let it come in. You hold on to love and things from others in a way that, because I don't know, don't feel you deserve it or safe receiving it, and then you try to give it away. So the depletion of this means you're missing messages, you're missing fun, you're missing messages from your true self. There you are. And so yeah, if you're doing a connection to yourself or someone and cards jump out, that's usually the one. So karmic relationships. Wow, that's interesting, because we're seeing all these hearts in front of your heart, and now they're saying that your guidance from the starseed parts of you is to recognize your karmic relationships. Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Remember, conflict is just perceived differences or barriers when you no longer align with something, someone, some place, a job, a life, a relationship. In school, you finish something, you graduate, you move on. You're not expected to keep staying, but in life we do. Now, this is a fascinating graphic, because there's two worlds. There's you and another you, right? Here and here. There's Orion. There's the three, sorry, it's backwards. There's the three stars in the belt of Orion, and then there's more. And this is a very strong, strong message saying that in your karmic relationships you're completing, you also have an acknowledgement, because the Orion Stargate is one of the most important for all star beings, all of us on Earth. And we can go through there daily. We can go to mansions, go to other worlds, go to places. And so the polarity of you in this life and you in another life, the polarity of you beyond the Stargate or in your earthly self, the soul growth of recognizing that you have all different levels to your soul. You're not chugging along one life at a time, and you are at a pinnacle lifetime right now. So the soul growth is very important. The conflict could show up in many different ways, but what this is telling you, this is really a card for a lot of people, right? I have a strong connection to Orion as well. And it means that the karmic relationships are going to be very important for you right now. And as you realize those, it's going to reconnect you to or free some of your powers. Okay, beautiful, Sherry. And now Donna. That's nice, Donna. I was going to say, Donna, it's like you stood at your door and you opened your door. The void. Stop. Embrace winter. Great cosmic womb. All right, so this message is very deep, and it's interesting because the void, we're in the dark of the new moon, we're in the dark of this time of year typically, and the void is the pure feminine, the yin, the womb, the creation. We're planting seeds. And to stop, embrace winter. What is winter? Hibernation, going within, not trying to push growth, absorbing new energies, creating something new within that's ready, will be ready to bloom in the spring. Great cosmic womb. So this is a deep, beautiful place for you to go, to heal, to create right now. Wow, that's gorgeous. That was for Donna. All right. And we have Lori. And Lori. Thank you, Lori. Wow, you just opened a beautiful tunnel right there. I blew away something, and it was like a big wormhole into space. There's some light. There's what looks kind of like maybe a Lemurian or a Lyra, maybe, yeah, Lyra. All right, Lori, your message from the stars for you right now is cracked open. And we saw this earlier. Rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So whatever is or it will crack open in your life, it says surrender to the alchemy of life. So this is cracking open inside of a sphere. See this sphere of light? And then within you is another sphere of light. And there inside of you is infinite cosmos, star seeds, And it's like the metamorphosis that everyone is going through. So you are in a very powerful stage of breaking open to your starseed self, to your next self, to old identities, and it's cracking very high up here in the crown, the third eye, all the way down the center, very big in your higher heart, a little bit in the heart, and then it's just going off like it's losing momentum. What is this? Seems like something wrapped around you. So you're unwrapping that. So the alchemy of life is how pain changes us, how priorities change when things happen, how expectations met or successes achieved or failures or any other thing change our perspectives and our beliefs in any moment. And it's always an opportunity to break free to a new level of yourself, to open your heart to your mind, to free yourself from slavery of any kind. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Namaste, many blessings. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Please come and have a starseed alignment session with me, or a zodiac session, or a money belief session. Unhook yourself from that. And what we will be able to do is support you through this into the solstice, into the new year. Please enjoy. Get some goddess sessions, some goddess meditations, because we're going to re-access the power of that sacred feminine. And that's part of this intuitive self, letting the cards speak to us. So let's take a moment and just give great thanks to all of these energies that are here in our altar today. I don't know if that happened to you, but we're going to give thanks to the altar, the deck. I was going to show it to you, and then it closed. And we give thanks to the energies, to this sacred chamber, to this infinity healing chamber, and this connection to our star seeds, to our sacred selves, to the secret passageways and the powers that are awakening within us. And we give great thanks to these powers, and we ask for them to awaken as is optimal for our highest self and our highest good at this time. Namaste. May this circle be open yet unbroken, and the peace of the goddess and the peace of the stars and the love that is your true self and the light of your infinite star being go with you, crack you open, and show you that beautiful infinite being that you are, above and below, within and without. I am that I am. E.A. Escher, E.A. I walk in love. I walk in light. I remember who I am. I remember my light being my soul blueprint, and I walk with strength, open heart, and full acceptance of this divine nature, that I may be a creator of the new earth, that I may be a creator of my new path, and co-create, and steer, and listen, and watch, and witness. Bring yourself back into the moment, and let's give thanks to Orion and to the Pleiades and to Arcturus and to our beautiful star gate of Antares and Aldebaran and Sirius and Vega and all the different galactic energies that came in today to help us, to guide us, and to those that are always here with us, our own sun, our own moon, and of course our beautiful Gaia and our beautiful Earth. Thanks, everybody. Here's what we did today. See you. Mwah. Go to shop.nanakasha.com and check out the Black Friday sale, the Cyber Monday sale, all the goodies that are there. And thank you, everybody. Cheryl said, oh, thank you, Nan, so special. I've always felt connected to whales and orcas. I will listen to their song while I sing mine. Thank you, thank you. Luna said, Satnam. Oh, thank you. If there's time, I'd love to see what card. Oh, I'm sorry. There was another Luna that I didn't get to. Morning from New Zealand. Hi, High Priestess. Thank you so much. Sherry said, we'll buy your clearing package and start working more on my heart and allowing love in. Oh, good. Yeah. Let's get everybody into that cleansing, that cleanse program. It's very affordable right now. And Lori said, spot on. Thank you. You're so welcome. Sandra, thanks. You're welcome. Yes, I want one with the white buffalo calf woman. Yes. absolutely. So everybody enjoy. I hope that was, Damara said, very powerful. Thank you. Happy Crystal Me. I would love, okay, good. So I'm so glad everybody got most of you got a card, and I look forward to playing with you again soon. Thank you. Thank you for being you. Namaste.